Hi students, in the last video we have discussed about 13 group elements. We have seen electron configuration. Moreover, we also discussed about electronegativity, ionization energy, atomic radius, and various oxygen states shown by the elements of 13th group, isn't it? Yeah. So all these things we have seen. We also found that there are some abnormal conditions associated with those properties. Those abnormal properties are because of inert pair effect. We also seen what is mean by inert pair effect. Inert pair effect is connected with the shielding effect of orbitals. So we have seen that s orbitals are having more shielding effect, whereas d and f orbitals are having poor shielding effect. Because of these factors, no, we found some abnormalities in those properties. Got it? So in this video we are going to discuss about structure of the diborane. Structure of the diborane is very important for the competitive exams as well as for the state board and CBS board exams. Okay, so diborane is belongs to the boranes family. Boranes family. So what are the boranes? Boranes are no hydrates of boron. Hydrates of boron. So in the syllabus now you have diborane. So what is the chemical formula of diborane? B2H6. B2H6. In order to describe and manifest the structure of the diborane, first we should know the valence electron configuration of boron and hydrogen because it contains only boron, hydrogen. So let us look at here boron. Boron electron configuration 1s to 2s to 2p1. So this is the electron configuration in the ground state. So when the boron excited, so the electron configuration becomes like this. One electron from s orbital jumps into p orbital. Then the electron configuration becomes 1s2, 2s1, 2p2, 2p2. Anyway, we don't have to focus about no inner core electron configuration. Inner core electron configuration doesn't decide anything. So we have to focus on valence shell electron configuration, isn't it? So this is the boron electronic configuration in the excited state. So this is the electron configuration of single hydrogen. Got it? Yes. So in the diborane, how many borons we have? Two borons, right? Let us take two borons here. Here one boron, here one boron. Okay. So in diborane, boron undergoes sp3 hybridization. How it undergoes sp3 hybridization? See here. Here you have in the valence you have one s orbital and 3 p orbitals. 1, 2, 3. 3 p orbitals are there and one s orbital. So one s orbital will mix with 3 p orbitals and gives out 4 sp3 hybridized orbitals. 4 sp3 hybridized orbitals. Okay. So you're getting here one sp3 hybridization or hybridized orbital. Here one sp3 hybridized orbital. Here we have one sp3 hybridized orbital. Here you get one sp3. Okay. So one boron is having 4 sp3 hybrid orbitals. And how many electrons are there? Look at 1, 2, 3. So 3 electrons are there. Even though you have 4 sp3 hybrid orbitals, you have only 3 single electrons. Okay. So let us keep one electron here, one electron here, one electron here. So another sp3 hybrid orbital is empty. Nothing is there. In the same manner here also, this boron, let us take second boron because it contains two borons. So these are the hybrid sp3 hybrid orbitals of one boron. Let us take second boron. So so this boron also having sp3 one sp3 hybrid orbital like this, another sp3 hybrid orbital like this, one more sp3 hybrid orbital like this, one more sp3 hybrid orbital like this. Again, the valence, how many electrons we have? 1, 2, 3. So though you have 4 sp3 hybrid orbitals, you have only 3 single electrons. So keep one single electron here, one single electron here, and one single electron here. Got it? Yeah. So you have two boron atoms, and each boron undergoes sp3 hybridization. Each boron carrying 4 sp3 hybrid orbitals, and each hybrid one orbital is empty, and remaining 3 orbitals of one boron is having a single electron. Got it? Now let us see how hydrogen is going to make bonding with these things. Okay, so let me take one hydrogen here. Hydrogen is having one single electron in s orbital and makes one bond. So let's take one more hydrogen here. Hydrogen is having one single electron in one s orbital. S orbital. And let us keep here one more hydrogen, and this is having one single electron, and it will make a bond like this. And here also take hydrogen, it carries one single electron in s orbital, and it makes one bond like this. Okay, this should also let us take hydrogen, two hydrogen atoms, and each hydrogen carries one s orbital. In that we have one single electron. Here also take one s orbital. In that we have one single electron. So this single electron, this single electron makes one bond. Here these two becomes one bond. Here these two becomes one bond. These two becomes one bond. These two becomes one bond. In order to make a chemical bond, you need two electrons, isn't it? So that is how the bonding is happen. Bonding is happen. See, these are terminal hydrogens. These are terminal hydrogens. These are terminal hydrogens. But in between, two hydrogens are now connected through the bridge. So it is a kind of bridge you have. Okay, so how many centers you have here? See, this is the boron, this is hydrogen, this is boron. Actually, you should have four electrons to make two bonds. In order to make this bond, you need two electrons. So in order to make this bond, you need two electrons. So you need to have four electrons to make two bonds. But these three centers are managed by two electrons only. Three center, this boron, this hydrogen, this boron. So along the bridge, if you look at, you will find three centers, three atoms, isn't it? These three atoms are managed by only two electrons. Actually, according to the norm, so bond, according to the bond, so expected electrons are four electrons. This side you should have one bond, means two electrons are required. Now to make one more bond this side, you need two electrons. Total you should have four electrons. Instead, you are having only two electrons here along the bridge. Same thing here also happens, isn't it? So this bond is an electron deficient bond. We should have more electrons rather than having two electrons. So this that's why diborane is now labeled as electron deficient compound. Electron deficient compound. This can be represented like this also. You can also represent like this. Boron, you have in the right side you have two terminal hydrogens. Here also you have two terminal hydrogens, and here you have a bridging. Yeah. So here hydrogen will be there. So there is a bridge which is going through the three atoms. 1, 2, 3. And this bridge bond is electron deficient. Therefore, diborane is electron deficient compound. So this bond also known as banana bond. The bridging bond is also known as banana bond. It looks like banana, right? Okay. The bridging bond is labeled also as banana bond. So how many bridging hydrogens we have? Two bridging hydrogens. In the competitive exam, they are also asking about number of bridging hydrogens, number of terminal hydrogens. Okay, so number of electrons involved in the bridging bond, all these things. So shall we write once? So look at here. So number of terminal hydrogen, how many? So number of terminal hydrogen atoms. Number of terminal hydrogen atoms. Around terminal, so how many hydrogens you have? 1, 2. That side 1, 2. This side you have 2. Total 4 hydrogens you have. So in diborane, number of terminal atoms are 4. The number of bridging atoms. Number of bridging hydrogen atoms. Number of bridging hydrogen atoms. So how many bridging atoms are there? See, along this bridge you will find one hydrogen. Along this bridge you will find one more hydrogen. So you have two bridging hydrogen atoms. And this bond is also known as three center two electron bond. 3 center 2 electron bond. You look at here. How many centers are there along the bridge? 1, 2, 3. and these three centers connected through the how many electrons? Two electrons, right? That's why that banana bond is also known as three center two electron bond. This bond is there, no? This bond is labeled as three centers two electron bond. Why it is labeled like that? Because three centers, one, two, three centers are connected through the two electrons. Therefore, it is labeled as three center two electron bond. Same, this is also like the total. This banana bond is also known as three center two electron bond. Okay, so you have four terminal hydrogens, two bridging hydrogens, and the bond is called the bridging bond or banana bond is also labeled as three center two electron bond. Understand? Yes. So now let us see the bond angles. If you look at the bond angle here, the bond angle would be 120 degrees here. If you look at this bond angle, you will find 97 degrees. So if you look at the bond length, you will find 119 picometers. If you find the bond length between this boron and hydrogen, the bond length will be 137 picometers. Here the bond length between boron and hydrogen is 119 picometers. So when you look at the bridging hydrogen boron, the distance between the bridging boron and hydrogen is 137 picometers, isn't it? So many times they are also asking about bond angles of terminal hydrogens and bond angle in the bridge, inside bridge, okay, and the bond length between boron and terminal hydrogen, and the bond length between boron and bridging hydrogen. So these are the important factors which can come in the any competitive exam. So we should remember about bond angles, bond length, and it is the diborane is an electron deficient compound, because instead of having 4 electrons, it is having 2 electrons. So 2 electrons only able to manage 3 centers. So electron deficient compounds. Diborane is electron deficient compound. That's why diborane behaves as Lewis acid. Diborane behaves as Lewis acid. We know that electron deficient compounds will be used as Lewis acids. Electron rich compounds are Lewis bases. I think you know about them. Yeah. So this is about the structure of the diborane. So it is very important concept. So you can also get marks easily. So nothing is there. Just you have to understand the electron configuration, how the bridging bonds are made between boron and hydrogen. And you should also remember about the bond angles, bond lengths, and you should notice that three centers are managed by the 2 electrons along the bridge. Got it? So I hope you understood. If you have any doubts regarding the topic, you can also question me in the comment box so that I can reply you whatever you need.